Hello and welcome, beautiful, vibrant souls, to today's Pick a Card reading. This is going to be predictions for June 2022. So what can you expect for the month ahead? I have three options to choose from today. We have option one with this throat chakra stone that says, I speak, which clearly I cannot. This throat chakra stone, I don't know what came out of me. But it says, I speak. That's option one. We have option two with this solar plexus chakra stone, which is I do, which apparently I don't. Okay. And then we have option three. I'm afraid you guys. Okay, hang on. My allergies, that was too funny to me. We have option three with this crown chakra stone. I know. Oh man, okay, so take your time if you need to. Meditate, contemplate on the stacks in front of you. When you're ready, go to the timestamp. Okay, hang on, I got this. Go to the timestamps in the description box below to go to your selected option. Oh, I'm gonna get the giggles out. All right, I'm gonna start with group one before the day gets away with me even more. Oh man. Oh, okay, it's really funny. Excuse me. Okay. Hello, group one. Okie dokie. So, the month of June, I was going to say you might be prompted to really speak your mind. I don't feel like that's exactly the case. I think you're getting very, very clear on something. You might be getting like all the pieces are coming together. This is something just because we have like this really beautiful intricate design. This is something that there may have been like a lot of moving parts. You may have been waiting on information from other people. You might be getting important communication for other people that kind of like puts the last like pieces into place, but you're getting clarity on something that is either very like confusing, very intricate, you've been waiting on for a while. It's like the pieces, like I said, are falling into place. So this is the central theme that's coming through first and foremost for June. Can you guys see where I put that? Yeah, okay. So let's look at your oracle cards first, and then I'm going to be pulling from the Psychic Heart Tarot Oracle on camera. So you have... Oh, you have Scottish Primrose with Compassion. This is card 7. You have Red Jasper with Conviction, card 25, so that reduces to a 7. So already the number 7 is showing up twice. That might be an important number. June 7th might be important here. We have Be Bold and Make the First Move. Okay. And Cosmic Flower, card 18, so that reduces to a 9. But it says the frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Okay. Excuse me. Right off the bat, the first thing I'm really getting here is that, like I said, it's like you're getting all the pieces in place in order for you to make a move. I feel like this is toward the end of the month. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix it. Can you guys see all of it? I always put it out of the frame every time. Let me see if I can move the board. Yay, there it is. Okay. I feel like, excuse me, I'm sorry. I feel like, so there's what looks like 2 mirrors right here. I feel like there's somebody else involved in this that you've been waiting on. Maybe you both have been waiting for the other person to make the first move. I feel like there's been a lot of frustration in whatever this situation that you're dealing with is. There may have been like a mirrored kind of energy, even if it's not with another person. It's like the more you try to like push to make something work, to make something happen. Like let's say if you wanted to, you had like travel plans you wanted to do, right? You want to do a plan. What? If you had like travel plans, for example, you really wanted to make happen, it's like hitting delay after delay or missing information that you needed in order to make the plan. And I feel like there's like a mirrored energy that the more you are like pushing in one direction or resisting something, the more the opposite would occur, right? So if you were resisting something, it's like the more this situation would follow you around, the more it would be in your face for you to deal with. If you were chasing after a person, the more you went after them, the more they resisted you. There's like this push-pull dynamic. And I feel like there's going to be information coming in that helps you release any frustration with compassion. And also helps you know which way with conviction here. Because also we have C words coming up 3 times: compassion, conviction, and cosmic. So the letter C might be important. The number 7 might be particularly important. We also have cardinal moon. So we have C showing up on every single card in a major way. I just noticed that. But yeah, there's this element to which I feel like I feel like you were just like waiting, like I said, on this like piece of information. Maybe you may have been holding back from doing something you really, really wanted to do with this cosmic flower, right? You know, the core from which we pour our magnificence is the word that's like standing out to me. Our magnificence. It's like there's something within that you've been holding back on, whether you didn't have enough information or they were just like, you might have been struggling with confidence with this cardinal moon. This may have required you to take kind of a leadership role in your own life, and there was trepidation, but I feel like the information you need is coming in. And I feel like this is coming from an outside source, right? We have the 2 mirrors here, but we have 3 flowers here, right? Excuse me. So this might be coming in from an outside source. It's like that final piece of information that you need, or that final understanding that you need. And this might have a lot to do with this like Gemini new moon that we just had. But this is like you are finally able to make progress and make a decision moving forward. I feel like you're able to finally connect and align with your personal truth better, and whatever has been a blockage, it's like you're softening about it, right? So it's like, you know what, it happened for the best. Or, you know, if somebody has just been really resistant and difficult to deal with, I feel like you're softening to them, you're having more compassion. You're taking here it is. You're taking a role of energetic leadership in this situation, meaning you are setting the pace, you are setting the tone energetically, right? You are meeting yourself and others in the situation with compassion, with patience, but you are also standing your ground with conviction. You are moving toward the things that are in alignment with you, and you are living more vibrantly. And as a result, everyone and everything connected to this situation is following suit and falling into place. There it is. Aha. Okay. Glad we kept going. Sometimes it takes me a minute to channel it, but let's pull you some tarot and dig a little deeper. Do I want it? Yeah, I do want this one. I don't want that one though. I do want that. I want to look at this, but I want to take this one. Okay, the Hierophant reversed. Yeah, so there may have been spiritual lessons. I almost said physical lessons. Interestingly enough, so we had the Hierophant reversed initially, and then we have the 4 of Wands at the bottom. This could have to do with a home. This could have to do with a marriage, potentially. So something to keep in mind. But your cards are, wow, the Ace of Cups reversed, right? So love abounds, but it's reversed. The Empress, okay, there you are. There you are, my dear, regardless of gender, of course. And, woof, the Devil reversed. Damn, okay. Taurus, Libra energy here, Capricorn energy here, which is so interesting because both Libra and Capricorn are cardinal signs. Yeah, there's something where I do feel for many of you this is an emotional situation, also just because the Devil rarely depicts like a heart like that. This is something where I feel like you were dealing with a situation where there's a lot of emotions attached to it, right? This could be a relationship that you're in, a relationship you want to be in. There's something where I feel like you put it out there and it was kind of rejected, or, you know, like maybe you really poured your heart into like a job, for example, and it just wasn't working out. There was something where you were really pouring out this love energy. You were really, I feel like you were really like trying to make it happen, right? And I feel like it's, you know, it's out of love. It's out of desire to manifest something that you really deeply wanted, you really deeply connected with. But there was an element to it with the Devil showing up that was not healthy, right? Like if this is a relationship, this has like a runner chaser dynamic kind of a feeling. If this is like a job, maybe, you know, you were overextending yourself. I could definitely see that with the Empress showing up, like overextending yourself. You forgot your own power in this circumstance. You forgot your own magnificence. I feel like you sacrificed a lot to try to make this happen. Excuse me. Maybe, you know, this kind of asked you to be inauthentic to who you are. But I feel like you're taking your power back in the month of June. You have really looked this fear in the face, right? And this is where I'm saying, like, I feel like you've learned to meet yourself and whoever else is involved with compassion. And you're now much more in this Empress energy where you're attracting good things to you. And it comes from this place of really good, abundant self-worth, right? Because I feel like there was love here, but there was like this toxicity to it a little bit, or there was like karmic patterns attached. There were unhealthy, like addictive kind of, I don't want to say behaviors, but like, you know, the devil, especially in, excuse my burp, in matters of the heart is really all about unhealthy love. So there's something here about the way things were unfolding that was not healthy for you and possibly for that other person involved, or if this was like a job for the, you know, the other people involved. But for you, I feel like where you were coming from before was a place of trying to make it happen. And when we try to make something happen, we're essentially telling the universe unintentionally that we don't really believe in our manifestations, we don't believe in ourselves, or we don't believe that we are worthy, especially with the Empress here, worthy of what we desire. So there is something about like a control aspect that was essentially subconsciously signaling to the universe, I don't believe I deserve this, or I don't believe you believe I deserve this, kind of an energy. And this is why, even though we have to be bold and make the first move, I feel like you're standing in your conviction of saying, I do deserve good things. They will come to me. I will sit back and let it happen. You have really released that control. You've taken a leadership role energetically in this situation. And as a result, things are now opening up and things can start flowing to you. Things can start manifesting for you. So I want to play you guys a couple extra cards because I think this is really, really beautiful. Also, kudos to you. That work is hard to do, but it's really, really important. I want to look at this one but not take it. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So and we have strengthening bonds here. So this could very well be with somebody else. The Ace of Pentacles to me is a baby card, and the Empress can be a motherhood card. So this could be waiting for the right, you know, like waiting to, like those of you who are trying to conceive. We have the Nine of Wands at the bottom. So I can see that you've been through a lot in this situation. This could be with a job, you know, Capricorn energy showing up with the devil. It's very much about financial prowess as well. So this could really, this is, you know, with the two aces that were both showing up and both of them reversed, this is something where you're trying to make it happen, and it just wasn't happening. And that's because there was this blockage that was being created by this desire to make it happen at all costs, including at the cost of your own well-being, self-worth, boundaries, or values is what I'm hearing. So we have, yeah, there we go. Excuse me, we have Temperance. We have the Four of Swords. Okay, I love it. And, the Judgment card. I love this. Okay, cool. She always looks like Kirsten Dunst to me a little bit. Yeah, so this is really nice. This is saying by getting yourself in a more balanced energy, right, out of this like mindset of fear, control, you know, toxicity, anything like that, any unhealthy mindsets, and by stepping back into your Empress energy, again, regardless of gender, by knowing your magnificence and your excellence, by having compassion for yourself and others involved, there has been balance restored in this connection. This is where, you know, the alchemy can happen. This is the balance between the masculine and feminine energies, knowing when to take action, knowing when to be in your receptive nature. That might be what you've really been working on, is this kind of like, especially when it comes to matters of the heart or things you get really attached to. You might be really good at this in every other area of life, but when you get very emotionally attached, that's when there's this tendency to like try to control it because your heart's invested. And I feel like you're balancing that, especially because we have the, what looks kind of, well, it's not quite the atomic symbol, but it looks somewhat similar right over the heart space, really balancing your masculine and feminine energies. And there's healing that's coming in with the Four of Swords, again, because the shadow work that you've been doing, there's a lot of healing. And this is allowing new things to blossom. But this is also the Judgment card, something from the past And I feel like this is not so distant past, but something from the past is coming back around, and now it's time for this to resurface and regenerate is what I'm hearing. So this is allowing this to come toward you. I don't feel like this is happening directly in the month of June. If it is, it's very much toward the end of June. This feels more like a July thing to me. But all in all, this is really beautiful. You're getting the insight that you need. You're getting the clarity, the validation. I feel like the energy is going to start moving again. And this is because you're healing this energy within yourself, and you're coming back into balance within yourself. So good for you guys. I'm proud of you. I think that's just about everything I have for you for the time being. If you need help with a specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. It's been an honor and a joy to get to read for you today, Love Bug. I hope I get to again in the future, and I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Hi, group 2. Okay, so with this stone, this is usually like a pretty happy, upbeat, kind of empowered stone. I felt really serious about this pile. There's something where I feel like there's something where you have to do something, you have had to do it, you're gonna have to do it very soon. And I think there's this energy of like conviction, or kind of like, I don't want to say resignation to it, but it's kind of like, I don't want to do this, or I know this is going to be a lot, I know this is going to be hard, but I also know it's for the best. You've resigned yourself to the fact that things kind of probably need to go a certain way, and you're kind of either taking those steps or preparing to take those steps, and your team just really wants to acknowledge that that's sort of something that's on the precipice for you in June. So let's look at your oracle cards, and then I will be pulling tarot from the Psychic Heart Tarot Oracle deck, or no, Psychic Tarot of the Heart Oracle deck. There we go. I'm so bad with deck names, you guys. So we have, yeah, I'm not surprised. We have Wisdom with Magnolia. This is card 44. So that reduces to an 8, but we also have a master number showing up, so that's pretty dope. We have, wow, okay, we have Malachite, this Uranus energy, and Eudaimonia, card 9. We have, oh, this is nice. Full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast. This is lovely. Okay. Wow, okay, and card 27, this also reduces to a 9. We have fertility. The frequency, excuse me, I'm sorry. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. Okay, so we have a lot of Venus energy showing up with these two cards. Excuse me. Like I said, we have the number 9 showing up twice, so that might be an important number. June 9th might be particularly important. But there's something that is coming full circle. You've gained a lot of wisdom out of this. Things are coming into balance and harmony, not only because we have the scales of justice that are in balance, but we have malachite, which is a stone associated with the heart chakra, if I'm not mistaken, and a lot of like heart chakra healing. And there's 2 of these malachite towers. I actually didn't know what the word eudaimonia was until I got this deck and I looked it up, and apparently it's a word kind of indicating that every part of your life is in balance and harmony and happiness within itself. So this is something where I feel like maybe there's been a lot of heaviness, maybe there's been a really long journey, but there's something where there's, like I said, this kind of acceptance of like, okay, you know what, it is what it is. Or, you know I have to do X, Y, Z, but this is going to be for the best, right? There's this understanding that there's almost like a trade-off, like, this thing is coming to an end. I'm giving X, Y, Z up in order to get A, B, C, right? So something is coming into harmony and into balance. For some of you, you might be finding out that you are pregnant or that your partner is pregnant in the month of June. If that's something that you've been wanting, congratulations. And this might be kind of talking about giving up your life, like your single life, or like your life as a not parent, in order to step into a role of parenthood. And there's mixed feelings about it, right? It's like, okay, I don't get to do whatever I want whenever I want anymore, or it's not just me and my partner anymore. Now we're gonna have to step into this new role, right? And I feel like there's this kind of like this balance of understanding again, of like, yeah, okay, I'm walking away from something I have a lot of fondness for, but I'm also walking towards something that's going to be the next step in my evolution. There's understanding that there's growth here, right? I'm really drawn into more courageous. And then, what was it? A grander expression of ourselves. Sorry, I didn't mean to like bump the cloth. A grander expression of ourselves. Whatever you are stepping into, this is either the next step or like the beautiful beginning of a new journey where this is like the next evolution of yourself that's coming out as a result. Excuse me. For some of you, I will say what I'm kind of seeing here is there is an important relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. But just with this Libra energy, there's an important partnership where it's been out of balance for a long time. And I feel that there might be, this almost has this energy of like mutual understanding, mutual breakup, like a peaceful resolution where you both are kind of like, you know, maybe this is where you have different lives, you've been drifting apart and you really care about each other, but you don't have, you know, the time, the energy, the resources to put into the relationship. Maybe this is long distance and you're kind of like, look, I care about you so much, but I can't keep, you know, I really have to focus on this part of my life, or you know, the distance is too much. It's something where you guys come to a mutual understanding, and it's a little bit sad, but it's also very peaceful, because whatever this is, I feel like you've been in the struggle with it, and this is where this wisdom comes from. You've been in the struggle with it for a while, so there's this clearing away of the old in order to have this new part of your life, be like birthed into being. So I want to pull more cards about this. I'm just shuffling off camera because it's not pretty when I shuffle. Oh, okay. So this deck, interestingly enough, has chakra cards as well. But we have essentially the world reversed, and then this root chakra card reversed, flipping out first. It's interesting that we have a card of an ending and then the card of beginning with the card 1. We have the 4 of Pentacles reversed with open up. I'm gonna take this one. Oh, okay. And we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Okay. And I just want to look at the top, and we have the 3 of Swords, sadness and isolation. Yeah. So there's like, let me see. Okay. So we have 2 ones showing up here. So this kind of to me tells me that this month for you guys is more about the resolution of a cycle. This feels like there's, with the world reverse, like there's an ending that's coming or that's recently happened, but the beginning isn't here yet, right? We also have the number 4 showing up again, so I just kind of wanted to make note of that. So this is pretty much saying what we were just talking about. I feel like there is this ending with the world, and with embrace being the key word here, I feel like, and we have like this image of the tree of life with like the heart at the center, and like just a lot of really beautiful imagery here. I feel like you've opened yourself up to a newer and grander expression of yourself in this situation, right? You've opened yourself up to, with the Uranus energy, for shakeups and changes. There may have been kind of a tower moment here, but you've really opened yourself up to universal energy flow, to universal wisdom, to like cosmic intelligence. And this is where I feel like you're coming to this place of preparing for a cycle to end, right? Whether you're doing this really consciously, whether, even if nothing seems like it's like wrong per se, there's a shift coming and you know it. And there's a shift of like your old self, your old way of doing things, your old sense of security with these 2 cards is kind of falling away. And I feel like in the past that would have scared the shit out of you. But you're greeting it with a lot more wisdom and maturity than ever before. And you're greeting it with the knowledge that you can handle it, that, you know, it's going to turn out okay. And I do feel like again, with, you know, the solar plexus chakra stone, there's something where you're being asked to make a change. You're being asked to do something. I feel like you're being asked to have a very open dialogue with somebody. If you and another person, just because we have the 2 here and the 2 here, and we have 2 flowers here. If you and another person have really been struggling you know, I think it's been really difficult because there's so much love here with this Malachite energy and the Libra energy. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of, you may have gone through a lot of cycles, a lot of growth together. And there's this ending of what you have built together, right? With this Four of Pentacles reversed, I feel like it's a dualistic thing where there's a feeling of security, but it was only going so far, right? Because the Four of Pentacles is about, you know, kind of keeping your walls up. So you have security, you have a strong foundation up to a certain point, and then it doesn't grow anymore, right? So it's like you have what you've built, and you're holding on to that, and it's yours, but you don't ever grow. You don't ever get more than that, right? Because you don't open up, you don't let people help you, you don't build something together. So whatever was happening in this situation, the way it went as far as it was gonna go, right? So whether you and this other person, the relationship is transforming, maybe, like I said, you are, you know, having a child, getting pregnant, finding out you're pregnant, you know, you or your partner is pregnant, you're adopting. This also could just be where you have this new chapter of the relationship where it's very expansive. So maybe you guys decide to, you know, with the world here, really talk about, really like plan a huge move where you go somewhere totally different. But there's something here where things, the way they were in this situation, went as far as they could go. And I feel like there's a lot of, with the root chakra energy in reverse, there's a lot of fear here. There's a lot of like fear of instability. So this is why things have had to change. Things have to grow. Things have to open up. It's because it was kind of like gridlocked where it was. And I feel like with this new vitality card with all the rainbow imagery, we have the rainbow imagery here, but in reverse, this is because there was no more growth the way things were, right? Things were kind of becoming draining because they were very rigid and very stagnant. And I do feel like there was not a positive energy flow between the two of you. And similarly, even if this isn't a person, this is just something, these are areas of your life that were out of out of harmony with either with who you authentically are internally or out of harmony with the other parts of your life. June is really going to be a time where you're going to be looking at whatever this situation is for you personally, a relationship, a job, where you've been living, your relationship to your parents, your relationship to parenthood in general. There's going to be a really open, honest dialogue, either between you and spirit, you know, within yourself, with you and another person, you and multiple other people. There's going to be a super duper honest dialogue about, you know, I feel like we're not growing, like I feel like stagnating, like I feel stuck where I am. Whatever this situation is, it's going to be a very, very honest conversation. And this is going to allow for harmony and this like peaceful resolution. And ultimately, I feel like a lot more fresh energy. So I do want to pull a couple cards for what this is bringing in for you. What is this conversation bringing in for you for the month of June? Hey, look at that. Heart chakra. Beautiful. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and the Three of Swords is showing up again. I want to look at this one. Okay, so this is the Eight of Wands in reverse. So I do feel like, and we have the Six of Wands in reverse at the bottom. I do feel like this is going to be something where, like I said, it's interesting. It's interesting. We have a 3 and a 1 and a 4. For some of you, this situation is ending, and there might be like a small period of kind of feeling isolated. But with like the orb right here, you are very heavily protected. And I do feel like ultimately you're going to find the positivity in the situation before the month is up. Or possibly, you know, depending on when this conversation happens within the month for you, within 3 weeks of this conversation. For some of you, for some of you, this is going to allow you and this person, or you in this situation, to have like a brand new chapter, a brand new beginning. I do want to say, for me, the Ace of Pentacles is a baby card. So again, be careful if that's not what you want. But some of you are going to be either finding out that you're pregnant or that your partner's pregnant. And there's going to be this very open heart-to-heart discussion about your relationship, about what you want, where you want to take things. Really big, big discussion. And there's going to be kind of like this dualistic thing of excitement for this new chapter, but a little bit of like sadness of having to kind of let go. Because I feel like this is going to be like with the Uranus energy, kind of like a sharp left turn. So this might be a surprise for some of you. but there's like this like dualistic thing of having to let go of where you've been and who you are and what you've been doing, what you've known, right? This big, and it is about this one thing, but with the world, it's about a much bigger cycle, right? Having to let go of this much bigger cycle, but getting to welcome in as a result this brand new blossoming beginning that's going to bring a lot of fulfillment in the heart space, a lot of happiness, and a lot of growth in a way that you may not have thought of before, whether this is like a child or not. For some of you, like I said, you're moving, you're getting a new job, and there is this like thing where you're like, oh wow, I'm really sad to leave where I've been. I'm sad to leave the company I've been with, but I'm so excited because we almost have this like all these like beautiful trees and like this portal imagery. It's like I'm so excited to go to this new place. I'm so excited to meet all the new people that I'm gonna meet, to have this new job. So there's like this like kind of balance of these two sides over the next month as this big change is coming in for you. But there's just like a lot of, the energy is finally flowing. There's important conversations, important decisions that are going to be made in order to help the energy get unstuck and help you move forward and ultimately help you manifest something quite beautiful. So this looks like everything that I have for group 2 for the month of June. I hope this has helped. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. It's been an honor and a joy to get to read for you. I hope I get to again in the future. And with that, I'm going to move on to group 3. Love you guys. Bye. I got allergies so bad. We're gonna sing about it because that's just what we do here. Okay. Hi, group 3. So, you guys, in the month of June, you have the crown chakra stone. I almost said heart chakra stone. So maybe this is something that's near and dear to your heart as well. But you have the crown chakra stone with I know. I feel like there's magic for you in the air a little bit. And intuitively you know this, but you might start to see more hints coming at you in the next month. It's like your awareness is growing. Like you start seeing a lot more signs and synchronicities. I'm seeing repeating 6s right now. So that might be important for you, but you're like, I know. You're just excited. So I'm excited for you. It's infectious. But I feel like the magic is growing for you over the next month. Excuse me. Yes, hello. I'm looking for the magic. So I feel like that's kind of what's happening for you over the next month in particular. But let's look at your oracle cards to see what you get. I will be pulling from the, where'd it go? Psychic Tarot of the Heart Oracle deck to get more information. But we have, oh, look at that. Action with Venus Flytrap. Yeah. Love it. This is card 1. We have, Larimar with Neptune energy and perspective, card 22. So we have a master number here. We had a master number in the last group too. Full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Yes, bitch. I'm so excited. So excited. You guys are the only group that got 2 of these cards. So, look at you. Oh, yes. Okay. Allowance, card 9. It says the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Love it. How do I do? Hang on. You know, I should just put it over here like a normal person. Anyway. And emergence. Okay. We have card 25 that reduces to a 7. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch, excuse me, and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. Yes, it does. Okay. So sorry, I'm trying to like order all the cards here. Yes, this is delightful. I feel like with Neptune energy showing up as well, I feel like there's something where we have card 22, like I said, master number. 22 can be about, the ascended masters are working with you to help you find balance. This to me, though, is to help you make decisions, because with action here, it's like, this is card 1. There's a new beginning, and we have this ending with the full moon eclipse. And we did just have the full moon eclipse 2 weeks ago, so you might be really feeling this energy. But I feel like there is a conclusion approaching. I'm also just noticing we have purple and orangey kind of colors here and then here. There is this conclusion that's coming in, and with that is the emergence of something you've really been trying to manifest. With the Neptunian energy, this is something that you've been dreaming about, but this is also something where I feel like you haven't gotten all the details. Things have emerged step by step, right? With this emergence, and this is because you really need to allow the universe to kind of do the heavy lifting for you, and that might be hard for you, especially if you do like to be very action oriented. But I do feel like you have options coming up, right? Neptune kind of always makes me think a little bit of like the Seven of Cups. You have options coming up. So the Ascended Masters are working with you to help you make decisions in this case, right? Help you see things clearly. I do feel like, excuse me, this is very much like a walk by faith, not by sight kind of energy. Where you're really going to have to lean on your intuition. There's going to be something where maybe it doesn't seem, I'm just taking a sip of my coffee. Oh God, yes, I'm a human being again. All right. Maybe this doesn't seem like, because I'm looking, back up, Sinessa. The full moon here is behind these trees. Maybe this is something where because full moons are always about like manifestation and culmination, and especially with the full moon eclipse, this is very powerful. So maybe there's something where it's not going to seem like your manifestation right off the bat, but you just feel intuitively really drawn to something. Really lean heavily on your intuition over the next month. Like I said, I do feel like things are going to be emerging. You're going to start to see more and more of the magic, see more synchronicities, see signs pointing you in the right direction, right? And with this open Venus flytrap, it's like you're poised right on the edge of being able to like grab something you've been really wanting. There's this portal energy that's opening up for you. And this is because you've been in this increasingly in this energy of allowance, where you're really allowing the universe, like you're putting in your order and allowing the universe to do the heavy lifting for you. And as a result, something super stellar is coming your way. So I'm really curious about this. And I feel like you got 2 cards to kind of just remind you to stay in this energy of allowance, to like be open to how the universe wants to bring you something, because there's something that I think is going to be unexpected. Again, with this like Neptunian energy, you're not going to be 100% sure. You're like, is this my exit? Is it not? Like, and I'm just shuffling the cards off camera because it's easier to shuffle that way. But they're just kind of saying like, stay open, stay curious. But let's see what you get for your tarot. Oh, okay, the Devil reverse. This actually came out in group 1 as well. Oh, the Hermit reversed. Okay, I want to take this one too. The 8 of Pentacles, and I want to pull one more. And the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, I thought it said well-dressed reward, and I'm like, what? Okay. Yeah, and we have the 5 of Wands at the bottom. So you may have really had to like struggle for whatever this is. You may have had to kind of like, I feel like not even fight other people for this. It's almost like fight other people's expectations, right? With the Devil reverse and the Hermit reverse, I feel like you had to spend some time at Hermit mode. You had to spend some time kind of really getting clear on what it is that you wanted, because there's something here where I feel like you wanted something, but it was sort of locked away. And I feel like this has to do with other people's expectations for you. In the past, with the 9 of Pentacles reverse, I feel like there's been, we have 2 Pentacles cards and we have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy. So this may very well be about career. And this is kind of an abundance card for me in some ways. So like this could very well be about your material abundance. But there was what was blocking you in the past was, I feel, was like I don't want to say full on self-worth issue, but it's like not understanding your own energy, being really swayed by other people's perception of you or other people's opinions. And with the man painting, and there's 2 people embracing each other here, what I feel like has happened as a result of this Hermit mode is that you're really kind of coming to understand that what it is that would make you happy with the 9 of Pentacles, that would be a luxury for you, that would be a treat for you, that would be honoring you authentically, doesn't have to make anybody else happy. It doesn't have to suit anybody else's. And we have, like I said, a 9, and a 9. This doesn't have to suit anybody else's happiness. This doesn't have to, Because I feel like you've locked away your true heart's desires in the past to make other people happy, to fit in. And this has been your devil energy in the past to overcome. But with this, I feel like more and more and more, you're becoming very in tune with universal consciousness and understanding that your internal universe is up to you. So what makes you happy, what you seek, what is gratifying to you can look different than it looks for other people. I'm noticing all the blue right here and the blue birds right here as well. Your truth is what sets you free, as cheesy as it is. And taking steps in that direction is going to be the way to your happiness. And this is why as more options are coming into your reality, it might look different than what you had originally planned for yourself, because the original plans that you made for yourself may have been very much based on somebody else's perception, or based on the opinions of others, based on what you think you should want. And I feel like you put in a dedicated effort to understanding yourself better. And as a result, a better option is coming toward you. However, I do feel with these cards that, like I said, you might have to make a decision, and there might be that moment of hesitation, or that moment of, like, I guess I'll say for lack of a better term, temptation to fall back on old habits that possibly revolve around people pleasing. I'm almost feeling like this desire to fit in, to the point where, in the past you may have self-abandoned or like abdicated your own personal authority. And this is like a judgment card kind of energy where now it's like there's this awareness, because he's painting again and we have this image here. There's this awareness that what you were, it's like you're aware that what you were doing before is telling somebody else's story instead of telling your story the way you want it to go, right? And as a result, what you actually truly want is coming toward you. And I feel like it's picking up speed in June faster and faster and faster, and it's starting to emerge for you. But it does require that you be very grounded in yourself. So take a pause when you need to, but be very grounded in yourself and really aware of, is this opportunity in alignment with me? Would this actually make me happy? Am I doing this because excuse my hiccup, because I want to, or because I, think other people expect it of me? Am I doing this out of fear, obligation, guilt? There's just those questions, and I feel like this comes from having healed this energy within yourself, and now being empowered to make different choices and have a different outcome. So I want to pull you guys more cards, because I'm nosy. I want to take this one. I don't want to take this one. Oh, yeah, and the Six of Wands reversed at the bottom. I feel like there's something here where this decision that you're gonna make, you might feel like, I don't want to say like a failure, or like you might think that other people will think you're a failure for it. And I think that's what might, again, there's like this trepidation about making this decision because you don't want to disappoint people. You don't want to be, ostracized, but there is true victory waiting up ahead as you follow your true calling, as you follow your innermost desires, your innermost, your innermost song here. But we have the Ace of Wands reversed with new vitality. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We have the Three of Swords with sadness and isolation. Yeah, and we have the Six of Pentacles reversed with giving and receiving. So I'm not going to lie to you. This decision at first, like I said, might mean that some people are not backing you up. And that might be hard to deal with sometimes. So like your fear of this is not unjust or unfounded. However, I do want to say though that anybody who drops out of your life as a result of you following your authentic truth and your happiness was never really on your team to begin with. That was never really an even reciprocal relationship. Because if you have to abandon yourself in order to show up for someone else, they are asking you to abandon you in order to be there for them. And that's not a fair question. These are relationships. Any relationships that fall out of your life as a result of you following your passion, your vibrant life, your happiness, taking action toward your happiness, those are not the relationships for you, because they're not actually backing you up. They're not actually giving to you. They're just giving you the bare minimum, or they're not giving to you at all. you know, they're predicated on you being your fake self, right? Sorry, there's it's like almost like if you had like a Patronus when you hang out with people. Oh God, can you imagine if introverts had like socializing Patronuses? Like that's actually kind of an idea that I love so much. Oh my God. But it's kind of like that. Like, you know, if you have to create this false self as essentially a shield to be in relationship to these people, then they don't actually know you. They just know this part of you. And even though it's hard and it's sad and it can feel lonely to, especially with this hermit mode here, to walk this path seemingly by yourself, you are A, with this orb here, you are very spiritually protected, but B, anybody who you lose through that process was never really on your team to begin with. This is a pruning process. Think about it that way, right? And when we don't prune our plants, you know, the detritus matter, the dead matter eats away at the living matter, right? And can cause your plant to wither and die. And this is kind of what I feel like is happening for you over the next month. Is there's going to be like slight pruning. There's going to be a choice that needs to be made. There might be multiple small choices that need to be made, but there's going to be the opportunity for you to take action toward a dream of yours, because something is starting to come into your reality, and not everybody in your life might be happy about it. I will say that. Not everybody might approve, but that works out because you don't need everybody's approval. No, you deserve to live a life that you're excited by, right? One where you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the ground and you're like, yes, all right, I am here, I am in it. And anybody who doesn't support that for you isn't really supporting you. And I'm sorry, but I'm on your team here. I'm in your team, or I'm on your team and in your corner. So I only want you to have the best experience that you can possibly have, love bug. So I do want to pull just like an extra card or two about advice. Like, you're the only group that I felt like I needed to do advice about, but I do feel like the situation's a little tiny bit complex. So, excuse me. We have the death card, or no, excuse me, not death, detach, which is the justice card in reverse at the bottom. So there is going to be some detachment that needs to happen in order to find your peace. Especially with the winter imagery here, it's like detachment from things that are all done, that are dead, essentially. So for advice, you have, the Five of Pentacles reversed. Look at feeling alone, you guys. And the Sacral Chakra card upright. Okay, so this is really talking to me about, first of all, connecting with a creative passion might really, really help. Might help you to process your feelings. We have a full moon here, so again, release is imminent. But may help you to process your feelings. You know, don't be afraid to feel these feelings. You know, this is our emotional center, our empathy center. Don't be afraid, as well as our divine feminine energy. Don't be afraid to really like process your feelings and release them so they don't get stuck, and so you don't get stuck in those feelings. But also, when you are feeling more alone, when you are feeling like, you know, left out in the cold, you're feeling far away from any semblance of home, especially with the mountains here, there's obstacle and struggle. When you are feeling like that, just remember that you are manifesting your deepest desires, right? It's kind of like that it's happening for you, not to you kind of energy. Anything that's falling away over the next month or so, just keep your focus on what you're bringing in, right? Because we have this, you know, with the sacral chakra image, we have almost like this womb-like image, right? You are essentially in the manifestation womb here. So really focus on what you want to create and bring into your reality, and let that be the thing with the orange light here. Let that be what guides you, right? Anything that's being taken away, it's like making more room for what you actually want, for something that's going to feel better, that's going to be better, that's going to be more invigorating. Everything you want is on the other side of this. So in those moments when you are feeling alone, just remember that you are you are held by spirit, and you are not really truly alone. You are on your way to people who are going to be better for you, who are going to support you more, who are going to be excited for you, and for who want you to be who you really are, right? Want you to be happy by your own estimation, by your own measure, instead of worrying about what everybody else thinks, trying to make everybody else happy. These are people who are going to cheer you on for being happy by your own definition. So I think that's just about everything I have for group 3. I hope this has been helpful. If you need help with your specific situation, please don't hesitate to check out my shop link in the description box below. I'm wishing you a happy, healthy, safe month ahead. Really happy I got the chance to read for you. I hope I get to again in the future. Take care, love bugs. Bye.